guys, welcome to Clockwork, Noodles, coming at you with episode 4 of one of my favourite animes of the season, Spy X Family. I love this episode. There was so much good stuff going on, and I've been really thinking about the overall meaning of having Anya as that main focal character. Got a few bits and pieces I'm starting to line up. I'm so excited. This anime is awesome. I'm loving the comedy. I'm loving the animation. It's Wit Studio. You guys know me. I am a huge Wit Studio fan, and I did recently check out Bubble. Bubble came out on Netflix on the 28th. That is a movie by Wit. You can definitely see Vivi in there, and we broke down Vivi on the channel, guys. If you are new, hello, welcome to the channel. You can get all of my Vivi Fluorite songs. Those breakdowns are all available in a playlist because I'm that nice. Once a season stops airing, I put everything into a playlist so you can go through all the anime series and hopefully all the episodes play in a row for you. This is Clockwork Noodles. Hello and welcome. But yeah, check out Bubble if you get a chance, guys. It's an hour and 40 of your time. I think the sound and the visuals are 10 out of 10s. The story is its weakest element, but it's definitely worth chilling out with. Grab some popcorn, enjoy it. It's gorgeous. Before we get going, make sure you guys are subscribed. We are aiming to hit 1k of subscribers by the end of the year because I want to do bigger and better things. I want to start live streaming. I want us to start talking about anime as a whole, me being able to discuss some bits, answer questions, and actually have a live thing going on. Running a YouTube channel is good and all, but there is gaps, and because I've been isolating, I have been avoiding the internet. If a comment comes through, it can take days for me to respond, and then it takes days for you guys to respond, so we don't really get a chat going. So I'm hoping to go down that route. At some point in the far-flung future, I am thinking maybe Twitch, but we don't know about that yet. But I told you guys I'm starting to think about bigger things. Let's just get going. I think this week's episode deserves a bit of chat. Let's talk about the battle for Eden, and this is rough. I do know that you make an impression on someone within 30 seconds, so you can tell within 30 seconds, even subconsciously, if you're going to like somebody, if you're going to get on with them. I can understand that they are judging people based on how they walk up to the building, but it's so rough. It's the whole idea that you failed before you even got there. That does reminds me of a driving test where they don't tell you failed, or if you fail, if you know you failed and you 100% know you failed, you still have to keep driving in the UK. You get to use that 30 minutes to continue driving and then go back to the place and know that you failed. So it's so rough. It's all about looks. It's all about that perfect fit. Money just isn't everything. So you can get through perhaps not having the most highest standing, but if you're the perfect fit, you could still win. We are introduced quite quickly to the housemaster and how elegance is the most important thing. And to me, elegance is a matter of perspective. Some things are elegant, some things are not. When Lloyd punches the invisible mosquito at the end and breaks the table, that was pretty elegant for me, but other people might think, no, that's not elegant. But I do enjoy the moment when they all pay their respects to the baldy head. I like Anya. Anya's dialogue is what really makes this anime extra. It takes it a bit and beyond, having that aspect of her there. And I've already said that, kudos to her, because her voice actor is a adult. Their voice actor is not a child. And the way she plays the role convinces you, yeah, you could be voice acted right now by a child because of the way you're written, because of the way you're scripted. You can convince me that she is indeed an 8-year-old. I definitely would be overthinking everything in this situation like crazy, but I also believe that it's better to do than do not. Better to do what you think you should do than not do it in case that was the thing that needed. So if you go in above and beyond and give an extra, then that's extra credit. And if you just did it for the sake of doing it, then that's fine. But if you skip out on doing something, I feel like that's worse. And just stressed getting messy. And I was like, oh, that's it. We've lost. But no, prepare for the unprepared and the unexpected. And it did remind me of when I travel for my modelling shoots and I bring like 8 billion different costumes and outfits. And I would be great here. I'd be like, oh, let me just pull out another outfit. Let me just pull out a different outfit. I've got many different things in my magical bag of tricks. I love it. I do doubt the housemaster's ability to actually hear yours comment, and then for Lloyd to respond with the exact commoner comment that he says. Doubt, a bit of sus on that, but it is such a hilarious moment. The accident, the actual real farmyard accident is absolutely hilarious, and I kept seeing posters for episode 4 and the crowd of animals in the corner going, that just feels out of place. Everything on that poster makes sense apart from the farmyard animals. Eden College needs to be very, very careful because they're dealing with very head of states officials, people who probably pour in a lot of money into this college as well and probably sponsor them. You've got to be very, very careful. But the cow, oh my goodness, the cow. That cow is a fan of Kiss. And that cow has just heard that Eden College doesn't like hair metal. I love that cow. That cow is special. That cow is really special. But Oh my goodness. Never, ever, ever mess with Yor. And the way she does it as well, it's so beautiful. It's smoothly done. It's elegant. The way she just taps all of those pressure points and the cow just goes down. I love it. It's every so often the anime will be nice. And today we're doing a slice of life. Oh, no. We're taking down a cow. I absolutely adore Lloyd and Anya's expressions because it looks like they're mimicking each other, like father, like daughter moment. Either that or he's learning from the meme queen. The amount of memes coming out of this anime when it comes to Anya and her face. Anya's face is everywhere. I told you last week, my favorite meme is the child in front of the building. Quite funny but dark image. But when you put Anya in front, smiling like the peanut, I think it's peanut Anya. I'm seeing it everywhere. Her smiling like that. And then the building's on fire behind her. I can actually imagine it. I don't know why, I can imagine it. But Anya is just amazing. I love Anya. She's great. So the real accident actually allows them to get a real compliment from the housemaster, getting all those points where you needed, because you need every single point that counts. How many changes of clothing did they actually bring with them? But it does allow them to have a chance to see what the housemaster's wearing. And Lloyd is able to match his clothing to him. So he then pulls out the big top hat. Big kudos. I get to see Lloyd in a top hat briefly. That made me very happy. You guys know Lloyd is my favourite character. He is my husbando. I don't actually have any others. I've got a few titles this season and Lloyd is definitely my husbando. There's no actual challenge this season either. I think he is unrivaled in husbando-ness. The Easter egg. There's an Easter egg I picked up on and the anime even made light of it. Hollywood also always stopping their bombs on 1 second to go. So Lloyd also stops his at 1 second to go. It's been a Hollywood thing and the anime's nodding into it and going, yeah, this is a thing. Lloyd also does this. Like it, I did say I'd try and spot the Easter eggs. There's been loads and I've definitely missed out. I have a feeling K212 actually means something. I don't know what it is. As much as I do enjoy the spy genre, I don't watch it unless it's available online somewhere or I've got the time to watch it. I have a feeling there's a lot more Easter eggs than I'm picking up on. The interview itself is here and I love the fact that everybody technically uses the truth to appease whoever is speaking, and it definitely helps that Lloyd knows who is who and he knows how to appease them, and it's always going to be a risk when you've got a bunch of panelists or judges because somebody might vary quite differently. What somebody likes is going to be different. Obviously having 3 is good because tiebreakers, but it is very ironic that the college who values family above absolutely everything, and Vin Diesel would definitely approve of that. It's got higher up, somebody on that judging panel who actually just lost custody of his own daughter and is going through a divorce. It just felt a little bit ironic. The fact that he definitely lets it show throughout the entire judging process, that entire day probably, and it takes these guys for the other 2 judges to go, well, okay, you were being rude. You were definitely being rude. I am still shocked that anybody even gets into this college. With that kind of vetting, nobody's going to make it. You're just going to have an empty classroom. But I do love it. It's turning weakness into strength. Yor doesn't actually lie. At no point does she lies. She simply picks which bits of the truth to use. All the information that is given in this is truth. There's not really any lies going on. Anya hilariously getting freaked out and then gunning for the top position was absolutely hilarious because unintentionally she shows herself as a very high achiever. I am a go-getter. I'm going to go big or I'm going to go home. She's gunning for the top and it's absolutely hilarious and she's not holding back. She really just lays into it. She plans to rule over Eden and I am all for Anya becoming the college god. Anya melting both her parents' hearts at the 100% bit. My heart melted as well. This is an honest answer. She is honestly saying what has come to her mind. And I also love the mummy is nice, but mummy's also really scary. We know the context, so we, the audience, get the joke. To the judges, that's just my mum's nice, but she's firm when needed to be. She's teaching respect. She's also teaching firmly. She's teaching boundaries, if you think about it. So she's nice at times, but she can be scary if I mess up. But to us, the audience, everything has that double meaning. And this is why I definitely rule that Anya is your main character. Anya is the OP. Anya is the ED. Everything is from her perspective. Anya is the only character who knows everything. Yor knows her secret. Lloyd knows his secret. They haven't worked out each other's secrets yet. Although I think next week might throw that on its head. But she is the main character. She is the audience. And she's the one that we are supposed to be aligning with. But the absolute knobhead. I'm going to go right here. This is me getting angry. I was so angry with this guy and that no one says anything. No family is going to pass when you've got somebody like this on the panel. Everybody you are judging is a family. Everybody here is just going to make this guy jealous. Every single person you have spoken to is just going to fail. So I am so surprised anybody gets in, especially with this guy on the panel. Lloyd's restraint is just saintly, and I did see this in the tease, and I thought he was actually going to smack him. I was like, okay, starting to line up, it's like, he's definitely going to hit this guy, and I don't blame him. He didn't. A level of restraint, but it was also very elegant. He literally rid of the world of a mosquito which didn't exist, flipped the switch and went, well, this is a fine establishment. However, if you're going to do that, this is probably my wrong choice. I'm sorry. We don't need to be here. It's a very elegant way of putting it. It's like, at the same time, I put my family first. My family is important. You are a college who values family. So my response and me leaving is also going to strike a chord. And that is exactly what happens, because I was not expecting this next moment. All the love to the housemaster, who just suddenly got a new level of respect for me for finally decking the knob, because I wasn't expecting it. And that response just came so left field, but it felt so right, because he went too far. He crossed the line. He was making fun of a dead wife and pitting a fake dead wife against the real wife. That's horrific. And you're also making light of a child and their emotions. I nearly cried at Anya's heartfelt sob. We, the audience, and she know everything. She also knows that her missing up now is probably going to send her back into the orphanage. Honestly crying and saying, well, I failed my mission. And obviously there was a few points when I think she might have almost slipped up and revealed that she knew that Lloyd was a spy. And obviously he thinks that it's just a childhood thing, and she watches spy movies anyway. But in the interview, she went, my father was a specialist. And it's like, oh, she almost said spy. And then when she says my mission, and I was like, oh, no. If this mission does fail, she loses her family. Even if it's fake, she loses her family. She loses this happiness. She's finally experiencing happiness, and she maybe does want to go to school, because that's what normal kids do. If she's in an orphanage, we don't know about this country, but she may never actually get the opportunity to ever go into education, because the orphanage isn't going to pay for it. The country we're in, I'm still likening it to Cold War. Cold War is pre-me. I'm not that old. I say I'm old, but I'm not that old. Perhaps she would never had the chance of education, even at a top school at Eden, any kind of school, if she had still sat in an orphanage. And when she almost starts crying, I almost felt my heart breaking. The tease at the end, I am terrified. I did tell you guys this is going to happen. I think Yor kicks Lloyd in the face. He's obviously got a mask on and dressed up as a spy, but she's not. She's there. Lloyd is technically her enemy, and I've already said this. If he threatens the peace of her country and they give her the command, he is an enemy, and she will attack him. So that peace could be shattered, sorry Anya, outside, because these two are technically on different sides. He may have had a mask on, but I am not doubting how high level these guys are. They are not that stupid. They're going to know it's each other. So I'm very nervous, terrified for next week. Next week has me literally tapping my fingers going, oh my God, what's going to happen? Has it already begun? I was expecting it to happen, and I knew it was going to happen at some point. Another fantastic episode. I really enjoyed this episode. It took something so mundane as here is an interview process, and it made it so interesting. Anya makes it interesting. Her dimension really adds a spin. It takes it above and beyond just being a simple, this is an interview, we're posh snobs, blah, 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 blah. We're looking down on you. We've now got this added dimension, and I love this anime. This anime is fantastic. It's definitely shaping up to be one of my favourites. I can't wait to talk about this anime with you guys. And that's also why I wish I was doing live streams, because I could live stream and we could discuss Spy X Family and how we're thinking, and it'd be great. We need to have more following still. So if you do know people who enjoy anime, maybe point them in this direction, see what they think. Thanks guys. I hope you're having a good weekend. Have a good day guys. Bye bye.